Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is the third day of June. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. For the June Leetcode Daily Challenge, gonna do this all month. Let me know what you think about today's farm. I usually start these live, so it's a little bit slow. If I do anything weird, just fast forward, watch on 2x, whatever you need to do. So today's farm is maximum area of a piece of cake after horizontal and vertical cuts. Okay. Okay, so you're going cut, return the maximum after you cut it at each one. Okay. What is the yellow? Okay, green and yellow have to, okay. What is the size of the kick? Oh, they tell you the size of the kick. Okay, so I mean, I think this is pretty straightforward-ish conceptually, but I do make some jumps in observation and stuff like that. And the thing is that it's going to be greedy. So there are a lot of horizontal cuts and a lot of vertical cuts. I think this is actually a funky one, but the short thing to do is noting that and this is maybe will require a little bit of just playing around with the maths and the stuff like that. But the idea is that it's going to be greedy in that for the area you have height times width, of course, and of course to get the biggest area you want to maximize both the width and the height, and in this case there's no trade-off, right? There's no anything weird with respect to if you have to give up some width to get more height or something like that. No, there's no decision here. It is either you have a form that's width and times height, and you want to get the maximum width and then you want to get the maximum height. That's pretty much it. And then the other question is, how do you do? So you can do them independently and then just multiply them afterwards. And then the second question is, how do you implement this, right? Well, so the cuts are going to be around JSON elements, so you can just sort. And then the second question is, well, how do you handle the boundaries, right? You can, of course, handle the boundaries by looking at the first element, which is the first cut, and then the last element, which is the last cut, and then do some funky math. But you can actually also treat them as just boundaries, on the number line, now that you're handling the horizontal and the vertical independently, and just add in 0 and the width or height or whatever, right? So in this case, let's get started. So we can have, horizontal cuts. Okay, fine. I was gonna add it straight to the array, but I guess we probably shouldn't do that. Because I don't, if you watch me do enough farms, I think for competitive, I will sometimes do it just because I'm just trying to get a solution done very quickly, as quickly as possible and correctly, hopefully. And I don't really think about stuffs, but in this case, I would, because I have a little bit more time, I would try to implement it correctly, and that means copying the arrays instead of modifying this input in general, because people don't want their inputs modified. They get sad when you when you modify their inputs. Because they totally would not expect it, right? So basically, this is basically what I was saying. You could actually probably implement this in a cleaner or in a one-liner if you like, but and I was just being careful because for vertical cuts, you want the height. Wait, is that true? No. Wait, which one's horizontal cut? Maybe I got this wrong actually. So for horizontal cuts, we have 1, 2, and 4, and so so I got the. So I was trying to be careful. I still got it wrong. So for horizontal cuts, we want the height, and for vertical cuts, we want the width. And then now the max height is you go. I don't like this camel case. but as you go to the max of just adjacent elements, right? So I do zip of one. So we have I don't know which one, horizontal cut, so that's just called y1, y2 in this. So for this we have y2 minus y1, and that's pretty much it for the max height. And then max width is you go to the max of the same idea. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just looking at two adjacent elements after we always sort them and add in the boundaries, and then at the very end we just have to do multiply max width times max height, and we're done. Of course we're not done. We should still do some testing. This is so annoying. They need to fix this so that it's easier to do testing without clicking on or without typing all these things in. Okay, so now we've at least put in the example cases and it looks good. This code is, you know, sometimes we would try to think about edge cases, but I think this one we do handle the edge cases with respect to, you know, the adding the height and the width. So I think we're good here, and just making sure that all the numbers are between 0 and whatever. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we're good. I think the only other thing that I would look at if I was another language is just the number boundaries and whether we have to return a 64-bit int or something like that, or maybe, you know, they have some guarantees. But in Python, obviously we don't think about it as much because it gets auto promoted. And so yeah, so let's give it a submit. And yeah, because our code is going to be dominated by the sorting, I also don't worry about the complexity because it's just going to be at worst n log n. Right? Ooh, wrong answer. Why? Did I? Oh, I talked about this, about our overflows and stuff like that, and then now I remember going up and going, okay, you have to return this mod, which is right here for some reason. I do remember reading this, and then I just forgot about it when I was doing it, and that's why, you know, sometimes when I do problems, you see me do this first, and I sing the mod song. I go mod, and then this time I forgot. It happens from time to time. Sad Larry. Okay, let's run this real quick. What a silly wrong answer. I gotta be I gotta be more careful. But my computer's really slow for some reason. Excuse me. Like I'm copy and pasting, but it's not really working. Okay, there we go. Let's give it a run. Okay, this time it looks good. Whoopsie daisies. I even talked about looking at the constraint, but I was looking at the constraints and I forgot about sometimes they just put it on top instead of on the bottom, so it's a little bit weird. Okay, so it's accepted, it's good. As I said, you know, this is going to be sorted, so it's going to be n log n, or n log n plus m log n, I guess. Oh, sorry, n log n plus m log m, where n is the number of horizontal cuts and m is the number of vertical cuts. And of course, this is going to be linear space in n plus m because we create a new array for both of these. So yeah, but other than that, all the operations are cheap, so it should run pretty fast and get accepted. I just forgot about the mod. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me in Discord. Hope y'all have a great week. And yeah, stay good, stay healthy, and to good mental health. Bye bye.